In 1630, a young samurai named Kuji was known for working harder than anyone in his dojo. He trained 12 hours a day at maximum intensity, cutting sleep, skipping rest, and pushing through every sign of fatigue because he believed exhaustion meant progress. Within 3 months, he collapsed not from injury but from total energy depletion. Meanwhile, his master instructors, men in their 50s and 60s, trained the same 12 hours and never looked drained. Calm, sharp, and powerful, they seemed to run on an endless battery. The difference was not physical strength but psychological mastery. They understood 3 principles that controlled energy at its source. When instructor Hideaki saw Kuji barely able to stand, he told him the truth. Your body is not failing you. Your mind is draining you. He explained the first principle, energy follows attention. Kuji believed he was focused, but his mind was scattered across worries, comparisons, self-judgment, past mistakes, and future fears. Only a fraction of his energy went to the actual training. The rest leaked into mental noise. When he began practicing 5 minutes of breath awareness before training and placed full attention only on the sword, the movement, and the breath, techniques that once felt heavy became fluid. His energy stopped bleeding into thoughts that had nothing to do with the present moment. The second principle was even more powerful. Resistance creates exhaustion. Hideaki demonstrated this by making Kuji hold a heavy bucket. The pain was intense and he dropped it quickly. When told to try again without mentally fighting the sensation, "No, this shouldn't hurt," or "I can't take this," Kuji lasted nearly twice as long. The pain stayed, but the suffering dropped. He learned that most energy isn't lost to effort. It's lost to resisting reality, complaining about heat, difficulty, stronger opponents, or personal limits. Every mental argument with reality triggers stress in the nervous system, flooding the body with tension and draining reserves. When Kuji stopped resisting and instead accepted, "This is hard. This is reality. What can I do within it?" his endurance increased dramatically. The third principle completed the system. Stillness generates power. Hideaki showed that most people leak energy through constant movement, fidgeting, unnecessary speech, and endless thinking. Stillness, physical and mental, activates the body's restoration mode. Kuji practiced complete stillness between drills, no adjusting, no planning the next move, no mental chatter. In those small gaps, his nervous system recharged. He realized that most thinking was repetitive noise, not useful problem-solving, and each unnecessary thought cost energy. When the 3 principles were integrated, unified attention, acceptance of reality, and deliberate stillness, Kuji transformed. 3 weeks after collapsing, he completed a full 12-hour training day and, though tired, was not empty. He could have continued. Years later, as an instructor, he told his students that chronic exhaustion doesn't come from doing too much, but from leaking energy all day through scattered attention, constant resistance, and zero mental stillness. Modern neuroscience supports this. The brain cannot truly multitask without fatigue. Stress responses depend on mental interpretation, and moments of stillness activate recovery systems in the body. The ancient samurai did not have superhuman energy, they simply wasted less. The lesson is practical. Train attention through brief daily focus practice, notice and drop resistance to what you cannot change, and build moments of complete stillness between activities. Energy is not something you are born with or without. It is something you either manage wisely or drain unconsciously. Master these 3 principles, and instead of running on empty, you begin to live from reserve power.